What's happening, everybody? Welcome along to what is the last race of League 2 in Parabolical eSports. We are in Brazil for one last time this weekend. We've got the title decider. We've got double points this week, as the Monaco race last week didn't happen. So the title is on the line this afternoon. We have Senna leading the way, followed by Jonesy. Now, if Jonesy takes the win, he's going to get 50 points today and the title. If Senna doesn't score points, obviously, so it's all to play for mathematically. Senna needs 12 points, so what's that? A 7th place finish. Regardless of what Jonesy does, if Jonesy wins, Senna needs 7th, I believe. And that's going to give him the title by a point, if my maths are correct. On the dot, 5 o'clock, guys. Yep, ready up then. And we've got a battle for 3rd place. We have, and it's between the two Haas drivers. Nizzy missed a few weeks. He should have been up there challenging for Senna this season for me, but he's battling for that 3rd spot. He's 20 points or so ahead. Well, about 29 points ahead of his teammate. Paige, of course, sitting 4th. Love to see her into the top 3. Don Corleone, rear wing, he says. I missed the rest of the comment because of luck. Anyone with the magic engine? He says, well, yeah, that'll be Senna. He's got the rocket ship today. So he, obviously, week in, week out now, he's odds on to pick up the win. I'm just quickly having a look. Obviously, double points a day. Can't rule Broken Arrow out for late promotion top 3 finish. And I think it's really between them, as Mini Ramsel's just outside. It's still Mini Ramsel not completing a full season. He's going to look to finish strong today. Great performance. Yep, all the guys are readying up now. We'll get this show on the road. Man, gonna miss Jonesy in commentary. Yep, of course, same mate. Of course, Jonesy last week bowed out of the commentary position. Just quick shout out to little Jonesy. Happy birthday, young man. I hope you've had a great day. And we're going to kick off with some rain in Brazil in Q1. Lovely to see. Yeah, so happy birthday to Mini Jonesy. And I believe as well, Jonesy's going to be making his final race as a full-time driver. I hope we can get to see him back on track at some capacity next season, of course, as the bloke next door starts revving his motorbike. So apologies if that is all you can hear. So yeah, that's your title decider. Could be on. Rain's a bit of a leveler. Excuse me, as we'll jump across to let you know what's going to be in the constructors, what it's to play for today. And tell you what, it's up in the air by it's a 3-way fight today for the constructors title. Can't believe it's finished so close this season. I mean, Jonesy and Broken Arrow have led the way all season, I do believe. I may be wrong, but I think that's going to be in the history books from first to last if they can go ahead and pick up the win today. They're on 306 points. They are 4 points ahead of the Haas team of Paige and Nizzy. 302 points for them. And then Senna and the bearded Dave have managed to get themselves right into the mix at the last minute, and they're only 7 points behind the leaders, 3 points behind the Haas team. The Red Bull team are on 299, so it's all to play for. They're the three teams we're going to be looking at. We do have other drivers, though. They're going to be wanting to finish the season on a high. We've got Bad Peso. He's going to be reserving in the Mercedes. He's going to get himself DQ'd, so he's going to start at the back. But he's going to be like a bat out of hell coming through the field. We've got a second reserve of Han. She's in for the last race of this season. Good to have her back, as we've got everybody coming out on the inters early on. So I don't know if this is a practice run. I'm not sure. So there we go, Bad Peso. He's going to come out the pits, turn around, and get himself disqualified. Thank you very much, sir. So we'll jump on board with, that's a Red Bull, so that's the bearded Dave. He's leading the way. So I'll quickly try to do, after I've gone through all this stuff, let's go through the rest of the table for you, but there you go. This Paige says, good evening, good luck. It's exactly the same to you, Paige. I really hope you can finish on the high. I want to say it now as Paige. We'll kick it off with her. Has been by far my driver this season. So consistent. Her paces in our racecraft especially is getting better and better as this season's gone on. So you get number one shout out for me, Paige. It's been an absolute pleasure having you on track with all these obnoxious motherfuckers. Yeah, seriously though, it's been an absolute pleasure, and I wish you all the best next season. She's going to be racing in my division. She's going to be racing against us next season, so I'm really going to be looking forward to that. Expect to see Paige a lot next season. Hopefully behind us though. Of course, we'll get on to the new setup next season later. Sorry, as I bounced off. So Bearded Dave is currently through Sector 2. Been an honour, and it's been a pleasure to beat you every week next season. Yes, there we go. We'll get the daggers out nice and early. Love it. It's going to be nice and competitive. And then you've got next season Senna. Oh, Swan Shanks, mate. You know I love you, buddy. Thank you very much, mate. And good luck to you, obviously. So I want to get to the Bearded Dave. He's coming up the bank now to complete the first lap. Driver's out quite early. I'm expecting them to have a few laps of fuel. And that's a 118. Quickly beaten by the Williams there, Mini Ramsel, with a 116. Looks like drivers coming through are invalidating. No, they're not, because Ruthless Venom's put in a 17. So, of course, these first laps, very much banker laps. And Ariel there putting in a 1 minute 20. So, we're going to jump on board now. That's it. And is that Andy Lou coming into the pit? Oh, he's not happy with his setup. Yeah, I wonder how this rain's going to last. The track's looking wet. Of course, it will dry up quick in Brazil, won't it? There's the Aston Martin there of Shadows. Of course, the man of every division, the $6 million man. Hey God, he's raced every division every week. I don't know if he's managed to hit that 100 for Jake, but he's definitely up my 90s as he puts a purple sector 1. We've got a car of the Bearded Dave, who's retired, coming up the back wall. So I should have stayed on board with Ariel. There's the Bearded Dave there, so he's going to be starting 15th at best. That's a shame for the Bearded Dave, that. There's a Maniac Goes P6. Matty there. Oh, it's been the races we've had, Matty. It's been class, mate. The tuna line could be the best line tonight, especially if it's a wet race. That'll be good to see. Matty finished with a point. I'd love to see it. I hope he's got Kieran in the comms box with him. It'd be really good to see. So there's only one Red Bull, and that's Senna, who's tucked it right against the wall and gone provisional P1 for Q1. Expecting that all day long from Senna as he moves out the way for Shadaz. Shadaz just putting in a very slow lap. Yeah, but Shadaz racing in every division. Of course, he's on his wheel, and I think he was on his wheel earlier. So his pace is very much up there, looking for another podium to finish this short season in League 2 for him. Strong. Yeah, we'll jump down to Ariel again. Is he going to come across the line? The side says he'll reserve. Yeah, that's all to do with Jake Wilson, mate, for next season. Yeah, I don't know if you're on the grid. The grids are published and all that good stuff, but yeah, you'd be more than welcome to reserve. There we go, Ariel, going again and again. Plenty of practice. That's Maniac into the pits. So that's Swanee next. Yeah, we'll ride on board with Swanee. Swanee got his practice in earlier on. Like I say, Swanee, I love you too, mate. It's been an absolute pleasure racing with you and commentating on you. So coming down to complete sector 1, that's an 18.8. Turn 4. That's it, just ease it out at turn 4. You don't want to throttle down too early and spin out. Now he's up the little hill. Oh, he's took a lot of curb there and some grass to go with it. Slowed the car right down. There we go for the first time today. Where you at, Swanee? Where you at, Swanee? Well, he's coming around this tricky left-hander at the bottom of the valley kind of thing. Coming up to slow it down. Finish off sector 2. That right hairpin there, so easy to spin out again. So that's a sector 2 time of 59 seconds. You just want to get this corner right to give yourself a good line, which I'm thinking the bearded Dave might not have, you know, and he's went too far into that AstroTurf and just lost it. So unfortunately, like I say, he's down there. So Swanshanks, that's a provisional P9 for him. We've got yellow flag for Mercedes, so that can only mean big boy. Yeah, it looks like big. That's that turn there, isn't it? Turn 9. Yeah, so easy. Aston Martin. So who hasn't? So Banana Buster going again. Yeah, hot lap, cool down lap. So got Andy Liu, he's on his out lap also. So looking at the bottom, drivers coming into the pits. So we'll stick with Andy Liu for his lap as he's coming through the Senna S's. The Senna says hello. Hey Vintage, hello mate. Of course, like we've said, it's on for Senna today. But looking at the rain, it's a leveler as he's been knocked off top spot. Again, Senna, a tricky start of the season. This new game always gets a few people out, but hasn't he just grabbed the bull by the horns these last few weeks? Really consistent, just win after win after win. Champion-elect. Just keep the car on track, I'm sure you'll get enough points. We'll see. Rain, tricky corners, pushing too hard, you're going to spin. Got to concentrate for 36 laps, not just this one hot lap which Andy Liu's about to put in. So he's just He mightn't be happy with that because he's normally, yeah, well, 118.0. I'm sure there's more time for Andy Lou. He didn't tuck it right into the wall. So we'll keep an eye on him, see if he's going to do anything. So we've got Styles there. Of course, you could world champion, constructor champion. Of course, right. So we've got Jonesy on an out lap. Keeping an eye on the drivers. But yeah, Senna again, another driver. Oh, right. We'll quickly get off that. Swanshanks is retired in the pits. He's happy with that time. And Mini Ramsel, the only driver into the 15s, really pushing the limit on 6-lap old Inters. So I'm expecting him not to push too hard now. Let's jump down, let's have a look. So Andy Lou this time, yeah, he was nearly 4/10 better that time into the 17s. But at the minute, Maniacs decided to retire. I can't imagine he's crashed. Oh, it is a dry race. It is a dry race. Well, doesn't matter where you start. Incidents, anything like that, it's going to mix the grid up a bit, isn't it? And Bearded Dave, I'm sure, is going to have the determination to have put in a good drive, because that's just what he does best, isn't it? As Styles goes up to 14. Styles, of course, has decided to qualify today. That's good to see, mate. Still a slower time from Styles, but he's up to 14th nonetheless. So Jonesy then. Yeah, full set quali on dry race, wet races in real life, wet races in 21. So Jonesy, he's going to put his first time in on the board of an 18.4. I'm sure there's again more time to come from Jonesy there. Well, he wouldn't have crossed the line as fast as he would like to have. So broken out with his teammates still in the pits. So he needs to pretty much get himself out. Han may just start at the back of the grid. Of course, I don't know how much Han has drove since we've seen her last at the start of the season. Yeah, Trials probably. Who's that? Assessed. Yeah, Trials aren't my department, mate, but I'm sure there will be after New Year. But if you still get in the Discord, get yourself in chat. The amount of people there, there's always practice sessions going on. People are going to be wanting to set up their own little friendly races. I'm sure there'll be events over Christmas. Evening Ramsel, mate. So yeah, just because trials aren't till after Christmas, get yourself in as Jonesy's lost the wheel. Oh, that is so unfortunate for Jonesy. And with his teammate still in the pits, Han has decided to come out. Oh, the Alpine team have got it all to do. But like I say, they can still start last and win the race. We've seen it done many, many times. Right, we're looking at the bottom as drivers are retiring now. So with the bearded Dave, Jonesy and Slippery Tuna there, Styles I think might have just gotten himself through. Oh, we've got Ramsel and Mini Ramsel in the chat there. I just had to... Oh, yeah, mate. Well, it's just a... Well, we don't know who's truly the better one yet, because Ramsel, of course, I didn't see how his race finished, but I might just see it in there in a second. Yeah, he got second. Yeah, they're both... let's just say Mini Ramsel's making Big Ramsel step up a gear. Yeah, we just stayed on board with Styles as I'm waffling on. Of course, we never see Styles put too many quali laps in, so very much a rarity. We'll see him come under this nice sign. There goes the Ferrari. That's a lovely camera shot, that. Give him the full screen as he crosses the line, and he's nearly half a second up. That's a much better time there from Styles. Puts him safely through P11. Oh, of course, Q1's always boring. We're going to jump on board very quickly with Han. She's about to put her first time in, and that's an 18.4, and that's pretty respectable. A few tenths might get, yeah, a few tenths get ahead of Dave, but of course that was our first lap, and unfortunately she hasn't validated. She should have enough time to get through, so long as she can keep it on track. So Broken Arrow's going to be on the back row of the grid. Surely there's not enough time for him to get out the pits. Slippery Tuna, he's going to be starting 18th. Keep an eye on Han. But at the minute, it looks like Han is going to be 17th. The Banana Buster and Maniac, they, I'm assuming, have retired in the pits. We're back on board with Styles as he's next across the line. Can he go quicker? Yes, he does. He goes nearly half a second quicker again. So that's a full second within 2 laps. That's how you get your eye in. That's some great improvements there, Styles. As we just see, I believe Ariel has jumped up into P4, 7 laps now. So these drivers really getting the practice in. Really taking the risks, guys. I'm well impressed, especially with it being a dry race. The session is now got to be over, apart from Han, so we'll give her the TV time as she's coming through turn 4 down that little embankment around turn 5 to come up the hill to turn 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, they all seem to link together, don't they? This is the sequence you've got to get right. So slowing it down for this left-hander, not throttling too much, taking it as wide right as you can to swing it back left for the right-hander. Slowing it right down again. Nice and easy on the throttle. That's a wider line. Want to hook it in a bit more for that apex, I think. Now this is the last corner you get right. Now you can put your foot to the floor, go out to the right a touch to swing it into this left corner of turn 14. Although it's a kinky straight, isn't it? Turn 15 this is now. So Han's going to cross the line. Has she going to improve? She hasn't improved. So Han is going to start the race on the second last row of the grid in P7 alongside Slippery Tuna. Jonesy is going to be 15th. I think the Bearded Dave is going to be 15th. But no, we're not. Don't forget the competition winner announced next week. Cheers, Jake Wilson. So is that 200 bits? No, that's 100 bits from Jake Wilson. So there you go. I didn't forget it. I've just done it. Because you've just reminded us. Thank you very much. So competition winner will be announced next week. I have forgotten about that, I'm not going to lie. So back with the grid, Broken Arrow, Bad Peso, the 2 American boys. Strange not to see Broken Arrow set a time. He must be preoccupied. And we're going to have the ninth row of the grid there. It's going to be Han, Slippery Tuna. It is going to be the Bearded Dave and Jonesy 15th and 16th. So Maniac and Banana Buster did just retire in the pits, so they're safely through. So rain is still afoot. We'll get straight into but good for the Alpines. Well, they've got it all to do if they're going to pick up the constructors today. Of course, a lot of points, double points to play for. And it is still intermediate conditions. I've just totally missed that driver car coming out there. It is aerial. Of course, long-term viewers know aerial's new to the league and is a couple of hours ahead of her. So it's good to see he's getting a night sorted so he can get into the league next season. Of course, 7:30 race starts as Big Boy cheers 100 bits. Thank you very much, Big Boy. Again, good luck to you in the race, mate. You've always got a good teammate today. Of course, Mercedes currently 8th, but could still finish last, so good points needed for them. Yeah, but Ariel, young driver, passed his trial with flying colours from Bradfield. If that means anything. I know Jake will have getting a good laugh out of that one there. Yeah, I want to jump on board there. Ooh, need to watch that wall, kidder. So he's going to get the more speed he can as he crosses the line. Does he go on the AstroTurf? No, he just takes it right to the edge of the tarmac to straighten up that first turn. Ooh, a little bumpy over turn 2 there as he's coming out of the centre S's now. Keeps that car straight. No DRS, of course. Coming down now into turn 4. Little brake. Swing it round. Throttle when you know you're not going to run wide. And that's a little bit... That was a cleaner exit. But he's up the hill, coming up the hill now. Doesn't go onto the cobbled bits. And he's nice and smooth coming out of there. Oh, am I getting a little bit of lag there? Straighten the car up and you floor it to slow it down for this hairpin. It's all about going left and right. There you go. So you maximise the track. And of course, breaking it down, getting your good apex, getting the throttle right so you're not spinning it and going into the grass to your left. And you go out to the right to swing it in, goes right over that curve and onto the AstroTurf again, but he's again tucking it right in as best he can, and that's going to be a benchmark time of a 16.4 there. That's a good start for his first lap in this qualifying session. Again, don't know how much fuel he's carrying, things like that, but Mini Ramsel has just gone better there with a 16.2, and Nizzy there 2/10 behind Ariel. So again, Dobrev cheers 1,000 bits. Oh, mate. Oh, you just sent a warm tingle down my spine. He says, this is for all the admins doing a great job all season. Without you, there is no league. And for all the commentators doing a great job. Love listening to you. Oh, well, mate, we love having you. Again, you're one of them guys, mate. You're proper gent. You get no shit off you. There's no dramas off you. You come in, you do your bit. You try your best to keep out of trouble. I mean, in what, nearly 2 seasons now, you've had, well, we've seen off you as one bad race start. But no, you're a pleasure to have on track, mate. It's great watching you. It's great to see you putting these times in, because I know you're getting better as well. As we'll get a cheer of 50 bits there from the Cess. Thank you very much, mate. It's much appreciated. Of course, it all goes back into the Discord. Get used. Things like competitions going. Please don't ask us what the competition prize is because I haven't got a clue. But yeah, it all gets put back in for you guys. So the only driver not to set a lap who's set a lap. Again, the Ferrari of Peter. Oh, you're welcome. Of course, Dobrev, everyone sees there's Styles, the man of 1,000 names. I think he's got a different name on each platform. But we know who he is, and he's always, like I say, he's a gentleman. So we're on board with his teammate. Another driver, you get no grief off. In fact, of course, you get no grief off anyone in this division. Again, he's just a solid driver. He's here week after week. Had a couple of standout moments this season early on for him where he was really pushing forward. Senna says that wasn't a bad lap. It was it wasn't, because it's only second to Nizzy. As you see the times, Peter puts a 17 and we've just missing Senna doing a 15.8 and then Nizzy going in with a 15.4. Oh, my best commentators I've heard, and I've heard a lot. And your voice is good and you make it 10 times more realistic. Well, I thank you, mate. Yeah. Well, this is like basically my first season of doing this. But you want to hear a commentator, tune in next year. When we've got the ginger man himself on comms. He's going to... he's an entertaining bloke. Senny. Nice nickname. Yeah, lad. Why not? I cannot speak half the time, so... Right, so outlaps now for Styles, for Swanshanks, for Big Boy. Who's on a lap? Rooster's Venom. We're going to stay on board with him as he's coming up the hill around these last few corners, which is just a kinky straight, of course. That's what I like to call it. And he comes into pits. Oh, well. So, Peter and Banana Buster not safe yet. They need to make improvements, and I think I'm looking at Andy Lou as being your cut-off point. 16.5. Don't know about that. Can't understand these northern monkeys. Well, listen, you southern fairy. You get your headset on and you do a commentary session next week. Oh, not next week, of course, as an event. Go on, get your headset on, you try it. Fucking southern. Fucking fairy. But it's all good, mate. It's all good. So looking for improvements aren't going to be happening this lap for Banana Buster. So yellow flags. Yeah, mate, you forget I watched Snatch in my prime. What a film that was. What a film. As Mini Ramsel accidentally had 10 laps of fuel. Well, burn it all off, mate. As J Marts chucks them hearts in. Welcome aboard, mate. I can't even remember if I seen you on League One. But we've just... Peter has improved because he needed to. He's jumped up to P9. I'm missing... it's Jim. Yeah, I thought it'd been a couple of weeks since I'd seen you, mate. But right, Senna, going to start a lap. We're going to ride on board with as Renflix, Roblox or whatever. Sorry if I butchered that, mate. Welcome to the stream. This is the champion-elect. We're going to watch his lap. He's looking for a pole for the second session in a row as the car in front slows down, knows what's coming. So Senna puts in a first sector split time of an 18. I think that was an 18.8. Oh, and he's lost it. Oh, he's lost. He's kept the wheel on the car though, so he's all good. He's all good. That's it. Just keep it cool. Little Senny got a little bit too excited there. Right, so we'll quickly jump off him, let him compose himself as Ariel. We'll jump to Ariel, and he's had an incident coming out of turn 4. Oh, it's all going on. Is that Nizzy crossing the line? Yes, so Nizzy was down on that lap. He's got fuel. Is he going again? Not this time, he's not. It's good practice for the guys, gotta admit. A lot of people don't like to put these many laps in. So easy to lose it. So many Ramsel. Let's have a look at him. He's still got plenty of fuel and he's on to lap number 3. Puts in a personal best at least first sector, but because he's in P3, you've got to expect him to be pushing for pole. That's 6/10. Has he made 6/10 up? I haven't seen it. He's pushing. He's pushing, keeping it left. He's doing well, you know, and he has. Oh, but that's only P2. So close to 6/10. That's 900ths of a second. 89 thousandths of a second. So close. Senna's got a challenge as he comes flying into the pits. Big boy there, Mercedes, putting himself up there. Top of the drivers in the 16s. Again, I'll see it driver after driver. Big boy, he's another driver, he just gets on with it. People get into trouble, it gets reported, it gets responded to, there's apologies made, there's never any drama. It's class, man. It's got to have been one of my most favourite divisions I'll probably ever be admin for. Obviously Jonesy's helped that. But coming up Banana Buster, he's about to go again. Shadas is coming out the pits, he's in trouble. Paige still in the pits, she's in trouble. Maybe it's going to be a free choice of tyre in anyway. Oh, I knew you were staying in the pits after that, mate. There was absolutely no need for you to go out. That's why I'm looking at the drivers in danger now. So Styles has got some time to find. And he's only 600 up here, so that's not good enough. Actually, that's 2.5 tenths, but he's still got more time to find. He needs to link it together like he just did before. Let's have a look. Swanshanks, he's invalidated. He's on the cusp. Andy Lou, I had a feeling he wasn't going to like where he sits, like only 4 thousandths of a second ahead of Swanshanks. So I thought he was the cut-off point. Which this Venom might come up with a bit of traffic. So Andy Lou's out. Swanshanks is into the pits, so he's got to hope others behind him don't improve. Shadas being one of them. He's about to start a lap. Page is just going to settle for the midfield, I think, now. I'm sure. No, Shahaz getting out. It has let her out in time. So Maniac, I think he's just going to start 14th, you know. I don't think he's going to have time. Quick. Yeah. Right, so Ruthless Venom, can he guarantee himself a place into Q3? He's going to come across the line and he's going to stay 7th. Of course, does have time to go again. Andy Lou, he's going to start his lap. Shadows, where's he looking? He's coming around turn 5 now up the hill. So I think we'll stay on board with him because that's Paige ahead. She's not really going to be wanting to move out the way. Will she have enough time if she has to move out the way? It's going to be touch and go. Going to have Shadas. I think it might just be Shadas has had to back out there. I was going to say it might have just been a case of giving him a tow. So she's going to be good to go. But Shadas, what's he going to do? Has he lost enough time? He's got enough time to go again by the looks of it. Of course he has. There we go. So he's got another shout. Page, of course, this time doesn't have to move out of the way. She comes through the centre S's. Styles is invalidated. Banana Buster. He's just starting his lap. So, Sharaz at the minute is safe, just by the skin of his teeth. I think that's the car. Mini Ramsel just trying to stay out the way, but he's in the worst place, I think. Especially for, oh well, Styles is invalidated anyway, so that's his qualifying session done. He's out in Q2. We're having a look. So Paige, who has Sharaz right behind her. There you go. So Styles is going to start no higher than 12th. Maniac is going to start 14th. So the bearded Dave and the Maniac back there. Jonesy. So the back of the grid looking a bit stacked. As Mini Ramsel ran out of fuel this time. As Paige stays P11. So Sharaz is going to start. Is he? Can Banana Buster get ahead of him? No. Banana Buster can only put it P11. So the Maniac's going to start 14th. Styles going to be in 13th. Paige is going to be 12th. And Banana Buster is going to be P11. And that's Q3 done. So who's going to choose to start the race on mediums? And who's going to choose to start the race on softs? And it felt quite comfortable for me. No safety cars in League One, and I'd done a soft medium, got a P6, so that was quite respectable. So as the drivers get started the next session, I'll get me refreshments. And to kick off Q3, we have a resub from Sharaz. They've subscribed for 5 months now. Like I said, Sharaz, the man that needs no introduction really in this league. Again, just like every other Irishman I've met, he's been a gent. An absolute top bloke, great driver. Is Jake Wilson. Cheers, 200 bits for that resub, I'm sure, from Sharaz. Yeah. So it's Big Boy now. He's took the lead. I mean, it's been a little bit too friendly now, aren't we? After you, sir. After you, sir. No, after you, sir. But he's away up the hill, and he's going to set off in Q3. So we're going to quickly look down this. That's why I'm mumbling and bumbling. Looking on the grid, who haven't I mentioned? Andy Liu. There we go. Another driver. A couple hours ahead of her. Had a few connection issues early on, should we say? Bit of a reputation as laggy Liu, but no, that's all sorted out and all good now. And he's another top bloke. Just likes to leave it fashionably late to get into the lobby, but he's always here and he's always driving. Again, he's had a good season, couple of podiums. Everyone's had apart from Jonesy, his big boys spun it. That's out of turn 10, isn't it? Yeah, he's lost traction coming out of turn 10, so that's quickly on board now to finish the lap off with the champion-elect as he puts in a purple sector 1. Of course, it's going to be a purple sector 1. Comes round turn 12 now. He's going to come up the hill through 13, to the right, to the left, to the right, to the left. Maximising the speed, making the kinky straight as possible. And Senna puts in a 15.6, but we've seen times quicker than that. Nizzy, though, puts in a 15.9, and Andy Liu only a 16.3, a 16.4 by Ruthless Venom. Again, I think they're losing a bit of pace in the rain. I would have expected them two to be the other way around, not going to lie. But on board with Mini Ramsel, he's going to put it P2 now. He's ahead of Nizzy. It's getting a nice little tasty party, these three. It's going to be a nice little battle if they can keep it together during the race. And that's Peter next. Oh, he's starting his lap. Ariel on a lap. So Shadaz now up the hill. Around this. Is it a kinky straight? Is it a long left-hander? I don't know, but you go flat out and he comes into the pits. So something went wrong for them there. Whether I just didn't like his setup, wanted an extra wing, I don't know. Only he knows. So it's all the way back around with Senna now, but he's invalidated. So Nizzy's invalidated. So let's see what Ariel can do now. Is he going to get a bit of a tow coming up this hill? Can he catch it? I don't think he's going to catch any slipstream or anything like that because he's coming uphill. Ooh, that's a lot of curb. And that might have been a good save. Or he could just be pushing it. Why did you choose to go no traction today? Well, get it switched. It's given you the opportunity. You kept the four wheels on the car there, big boy. So, I don't know. Last race, maybe he's just cleared safe. I don't know. Anyway, Peter. God, it's such a quick lap, isn't it? Peter's all the way back round now, and he's going to put his first time in this session of a 16.4. That's the middle of the pack for him. So at the minute, yeah, the top three, head and shoulders above the rest, really, aren't they? How could you call a tenth of a second head and shoulders above? So there we go, big boy. Hopefully he's settled himself down. It always gets you, gets that adrenaline going, especially when you don't realise, isn't it? But all together on track as well, aren't they? No. Nizzy, yeah, Ariel, and then Ruthless Venom. Yes, Vintage, how's you, mate? Says Theo. I'm alright, Theo, thanks. It's glad to be here. Let's just day off work for a day of comms. Love it. Coming out the centre S's there, Nizzy looking a bit squirmy. Probably shouldn't be on Shadows and Big Boy, still on out laps. Oh, I've never even put that up for you, sorry guys. Well, we know what tyres they're on, don't we? My apologies, I didn't even pay attention. So it looks like Ramsel's coming back into the pits. Plenty of fuel on board. I mean, I think they're on to the last set of tyres now, isn't it? 3 you get, so Is that right? Oh, it's not Ramsel in the pits, sorry. It's his teammate. It's his teammate. Swanee's in Q3. My bad, Swanee. I just saw the blue dot. Now I know it's the Williams. I saw the Williams dot come into the pits and I thought, oh, Ramsel's in the pits, but he's obviously not. Note. What am I looking at? Look at that, Senna and Mini Ramsel. That's what I'm looking at. Both drivers a 1 minute 15 seconds .661. And I'm assuming it's, I don't know why it's given to Senna, not Mini Ramsel, maybe it's because he was in there. Exactly, Swanee in Q3, what the hell? I mean, it is Christmas after all, I guess. I only got into Q3 earlier today because I opted for the soft tyre start, didn't I? Only one of 3 drivers to do that, of course. Free choice of tyre for the drivers today. It is going to be a... so you get an OMG, it is going to be a dry race. So, as it's Q3, I'm keeping an eye on the drivers at the top this time. It's good to see. Let's have a look and see. Leader, there you go. Absolutely zero difference between the top 2. Can Nizzy spoil the party? He's coming around the corner now. He would have had his DRS activated, obviously. It's not going to happen. Nizzy looking good to go. P1 is the cry, and P1 it is by 1/10 of a second. That was a sweet, smooth lap there from Nizzy. Well done, mate. Senna, of course, already back out. Ariel back out, half a second behind the leader. Even these, like I say, these short few weeks, Ariel's been in the Aston Martin. He has come on leaps and bounds, hasn't he? I mean, to be sitting P4 is no mean feat, especially with Ruthless Venom behind him, Andy Liu behind him. Shadows is up there on pace. Yeah, just a bit close between P2 and P3 there. That's going to be a tasty little battle to have a look at. I mean, does the wet Senna, because dry race he's gonna fly. Watch that rocket ship take off. But anyway, going to jump back on board with Nizzy. He's coming back in. Ramsel's out lap 2. Yeah, so we're trying to get it. So Andy Liu now, can he improve? He's down by a couple of tenths on his second sector by the looks of it. Yeah, and he's slow. So is that Ramsel now? No, it's not. That's Swanee. Yeah, he's starting his lap. The McLaren is starting his lap. Right, so it's on board with Peter. He's invalidated. So we are. So that's Mini Ramsel there. And then we've got Big Boy. Well, Big Boy's on a lap, so we're going to jump on board with him. And we've got Ariel right behind him on a lap. So here's Big Boy giving him a bit of a tour there. But he doesn't tuck right over. He doesn't maximise that line. And it's only P9. And Ariel there has taken 2.5 tenths off his time, hasn't he? But he's still P4. That's a lot better looking though. Only 2.5 tenths. But Senna puts it back to P1 there before I could get to him. That's a great provisional pole position for him. And Shada has put it P5. I told you he's getting better on the wheel. As I'm on board with Nizzy coming back out the pits. Don't know if he's going to have enough time. Senna's done it. It's looking like he has. We're going to have a look at Swanee though. What can Swanee do? Yeah, Nizzy doesn't look like he's going to make it. But Swanee, he goes to P9. That's a good lap from him. Andy Liu, can he improve? No, that's his P7 for him. Ruthless Venom, can he spoil the party? No, that's not good enough for him. So it's still 30 seconds. All we know is that Nizzy won't make it. But Mini Ramsel puts it on pole by 34 thousandths of a second. That is pole position. Senna has retired. Go on. There we have it then. Mini Ramsel is P1. There we have it. Senna is going to be alongside him on the front row, but look at that, 35 hundredths of a second. Nizzy and Ariel there are going to be on the second row of the grid. I think that's Ariel's best start of the season. I'm not too sure. But I'm sure this is Swanee's. Where you at, Swanee? Last race of the season. Oh, I was actually muted. Yeah, I kind of tugged on my wire. I must have. But yeah, that was a good quality lap there from Mini Ramsel. As you were telling us, saying I'd lost the comms. Right. Yeah, I got a good jump with the chair there, almost when Mini Ramsel did that. So yeah, Mini Ramsel is here to spoil the party. While the drivers are sorting out the strategies, again, I'll give you the rundown. Senna is leading the way. He is 39 points ahead of Jonesy, but with 50 points to play for, it's still on. Anything can happen in this division. We know that. Doesn't matter where you start, it's where you finished. Nizzy is out the hunt for the title, but has got a battle on, like I said, with his teammate for that P3 in the championship. And with Broken Arrow at the back of the grid, he's the outsider for that P3 spot. And all I want to see today, guys, I'd love to see, is for Tuna to get a point. So let's just give him a bit of space. You know he's taking the Tuna line, but no, good luck, mate. Try your best. And again, another driver. Every one of these drivers, absolute pleasure to have them on the grid this season. To be the admin. His bad peso probably went into the back of Tuna there. See what I mean? Just keep it his way. Give the lad a bit of room. He'll do his own thing. He won't cause any trouble. So look at this though. What I've just spotted. The front row are on mixed tyres. The second row are on mixed tyres. Then you've got 3 on mediums, 3 on softs. Not a hard compound in sight, which I didn't think there would be, as the missus wishes everyone good luck and evening to me. Great comma. A coma. Have I put you all in the coma? Shit. Yeah, of course. I hope you're enjoying Blackpool. Mrs. Vintage is, of course, it's Mrs. Vintage's mother's 80th birthday on Boxing Day. So the family have taken her to Blackpool for the weekend. So I hope they're all having a wonderful time, because I'm having a lovely, peaceful time until the little man wants some food, which will probably be 3 laps into this race. So keep an eye out for him making an appearance. But yeah, Mini Ramsel is going to lead the way as Jammy JJ is follower number 1079. The circles are going. There we go. So the grid has formed up. It is Mini Ramsel in P1 for the last race of the season, and we are go, go, go. Now, does Senna there get a good start off the line? Senna there, no. He's looking for the dive down the inside. Is Senna into turn 1. Senna's ahead, but gets the outside line into 2, but the inside into 3, and by the time he's out the Senna S's, he is in the lead. But Mini Ramsel is looking down the inside. He's going to send it into turn 4. Mini Ramsel is on the harder compound. Maybe he might just be better just to let these 2 soft runners ahead of him. But what am I to know? But Senna looking for the aggressive start, and he's got one, as Andy Liu is falling down the grid. Unfortunately, he's had a spin coming out of turn 4. Hopefully he hasn't had an incident with anyone, as we've got a crappy little camera angle there. But Senna, as you see, he's on the soft tyres, as we know. He's going to looking for the aggressive start. Senna could possibly go for a soft hard. Get a really aggressive start early on, and he could make us fancy a hard tyre early on to go to the end. But Mini Ramsel, though, now a second behind him. He's more focused on Ariel on the soft tyres. And what he wants to do then, if he's going to stay in front of Ariel, he wants Ariel to kill his tyres, really, doesn't he? Oh, as there's a touch wheel as they come side by side, and that's a spin. Is that a spin, or might have just been a bit of lag? But Nizzy coming up the inside there of Ariel, and he takes P3. So as they're coming down back straight for the second time into turn 4, Senna is already 1.7 seconds into the lead, but Mini Ramsel's got a second and a half over Nizzy, and they're getting a good lead already. Ariel's in P4, Ruthless Venom in P5, and then there's a second and a half to Shadows in P6. Let's have a quick look at your position changes early on. Any big winners there? So Jonesy, yes, Jonesy's up 7 positions already. Bad Peso up 9 positions, but he's just a reserve. He's doing his own little thing as he gets. Oh, as Jonesy's took a spin by the looks of it, but he's lost a couple of positions. So he's up into P11. Bad Peso up 10 already. Swanee down a couple of positions. Is Nizzy and Ruthless Venom now are swapping positions into turn 1 at the start of the Senna S's, a side by side coming into turn 2, and there's a touch. So Ruthless Venom gets pushed off the track into turn 3, which gives Nizzy the better line out of the turn 3 to come to turn 4. And with DRS now open, this is where the trains are going to start. There's Shadows and Swanshanks now trading places. Swanshanks, though, on the harder compounded tyre, he gets that position. It's pretty much everyone just as you were, really, apart from Bad Peso, Jonesy, Broken Arrow. Sorry, not Broken Arrow, Andy Liu and Peter, unfortunately haven't had the best starts. Big Boy gets a 3-second time penalty. He's the first one gets done for corner cutting. So looking at the DRSs now as they about to come to the end of sector 2 of lap 3. Of course, 36 laps in this race. Senna now has got a nearly 3-second lead, as that's Nizzy. Nizzy went wide, so that gives Ruthless Venom the position before the DRS has even started. But does Nizzy get it? No, Nizzy did not have DRS, so Ruthless Venom's going to be, that's it, looking to get rid of that slipstream. And a nice cars width there into turn 1. There's bad Peso and Styles now changing places. Styles up into P10. That's good to see him there. But they're coming down the back straight now, and it's Ruthless Venom and Nizzy. Nizzy takes the lead as he had the DRS that time. And I expect these two guys to trade places all the way through this race. There's Jonesy and the Bearded Dave now. They're swapping positions, doing exactly what Nizzy and Ruthless Venom are doing. Can they go side by side up this little embankment into turn 6? I don't know if they can, you know. Jonesy's onto the grass, isn't he? Doesn't want to put in. He just backs out. But that's a lead banana buster squeezed straight through. I hope Jonesy didn't get any wing damage there. I felt there might have been a touch. But Bearded Dave now up into P11 already. Hunting them constructor points. Of course, double points to play for today. Every point's going to matter. We'll get more into the constructors later on as you go, but as we see it, the champion-elect, as everyone had the odds-on favourite at the start of the season, he's gone for the aggressive strategy, I feel, starting on the softs, but he's got options, as we've got Maniac and Peter trading places at the back of the field, because Peter's took a spin at 12, unfortunately for him, and that's going to allow Tuna to move up a position. I thought Peter waited for that very respectfully for Tuna to come back on by looking at the dots. But anyway, yeah, so Senna, champion-elect, Mini Ramsel and Ariel. They're battling it out for P2 at the moment. Ariel doing great onto the podium so far again, and he's gone on the aggressive strategy. And he's really looked well. You know, what was he, 2.5 tenths off the time in quali, but he's looking quicker in the race for me. He's looking really well. Oh, coming to the end of lap 5 now. We've got Senna over 4 seconds ahead of Mini Ramsel, but he's got a battle on with Ariel. I'm really enjoying this battle for the second place. And then there's a good gap where there's a battle for 4th and 5th, and there's a battle for 5th and 6th with Shadows. So we'll try to get the overhead into this turn 1. If it changes, there we go. So coming into turn 1, you've got 4 cars all going through nice in a line at the moment, but this is where it's going to get matters. So we're going to have a look on board with Nizzy. He's already getting his way past Ruthless Venom. Can we jump onto Shadows? He's just been overtaken by Bad Peso, and Swanshanks is right at the back. So if Bad Peso has threw himself straight from the back into this mix. He's looking for a last to first today. Of course, he is going to get close to these drivers ahead of him, who are better quality, of course. No disrespect to anyone else, but there's a reason you're at the top of the league come the last race of the season, because you've a bloody good driver. So Ariel now, is he too far back to make a move? He's keeping it within half a second well, but on the softer tyre, I think he needs to be making a move, and he is making a move into turn 1. He's on the inside, and before the braking zone, he's more than half a car ahead, so that's a great overtake there from Ariel. Ramsel has to just concede. P2 at this moment in time, obviously he'll be on the better tyre later on. As the Bearded Dave unfortunately is falling down the grid. Bearded Dave looks like he's had a spin out of turn 1. He has. And Ruthless Venom has only got 3%, 5% battery left already. His Nizzy went a bit swirly there, and that's a good reaction there from Ruthless Venom. So easy for him to go into the back of him there as Page picks up a penalty. As we see, penalties are getting picked up now. But we've totally missed. Mini Ramsel took the position back. That'll have been going into turn 4, so we'll see if it's like for like again. Ariel a little closer on this lap, so you'd expect him to make the move again. There you go, much sooner. So he's going to be right a car's length ahead, going into turn 1. So through turns 2 and 3. Is there any battery being used? No. Mini Ramsel. So aerial defends. Ooh, that good reactions there from Mini Ramsel. That might have been a bit cheeky from aerial there. That might have been a move in the braking zone. I'm not sure if he's allowed to do that. That's good awareness though from Mini Ramsel. As I'm seeing cars drop. Missed who that was. But this is a good little battle going on for P2 at the moment. Still plenty of time to go in this race. We're not even near the first round of pit stops yet. And I must say, I think it's been the cleanest start we've ever had in League 2. And you've kept the best starter last, so fair play. Coming to the end of lap 8 now, cannot argue with that. Unfortunately, Peter, I'm noticing that there has had to make a unscheduled pit stop, and he has gone on to hards till the end. Unfortunately, he is about to get lapped by Senna though, so needs to stick with Senna on them hards. Ooh, Ariel might have picked up a warning there. It's bad Peso gets himself ahead of with this Venom, but he's battling with him. He had a bad turn 3 by the looks of it there. Now coming along the back straight out there, bad turn 2, but under turn 4 he's going to take the outside line into turn 4. Gives him plenty of room there. Yeah, it didn't get, might have been a little push there, but that's more the line, isn't it? Now this is a tricky one. Yeah, you've got to go single file there. Someone has to back out. Ooh, and that might have been a touch there. Looking at Venom's car, he does control it well. So of course Bad Peso doing really well to get through the field now, but he's with drivers now of his own ilk, isn't he? Oh, he's going to have a good battle with Ruthless Venom, but Nizzy's going to be laughing at that, really, isn't he? Because he's managed to pull out a gap. He's 1.2 seconds ahead of Ruthless Venom. He doesn't want to be battling Ruthless Venom. He's quite happy to let them two drivers behind battle. And as you can see, the gap is starting. Mini Ramsel now, he still hasn't gotten that position back off Ariel. He's looking to make a move now though. He's out of turn 3. And he's going to have DRS. So maybe the soft tyres now just on starting to fall a spot. Who only the drivers know really compared to the deltas. Have a look at Ariel. Just slowing it down. He doesn't want to lose it up out of that corner, does he? So they're going to be coming up onto the lap car now pretty soon if Peter of course needs a safety car now, I guess, and to get himself unlapped. As Andy Lou and Han are trading places for 13 and 14th. I think Ariel just in enough. He's using up his battery. There you go, he turns it off, waits for the DRS. Is he turning it back on? No, he's not going to go for the overtake into turn 1 now. He's too far back. So maybe he might just want to save his tyres a bit. Because the harder he's pushing now, he's not going to make them last. This Bad Peso has getting past Rooster's Venom, and he's caught up to Nizzy. Oh, Nizzy spun, coming out of turn 3. And as you see, Don Corleone says Senna's flying. Senna, he has to fly. He gets the win the day. I think he wraps everything up, to be fair, the way it's looking at the minute, but after what's happened to Nizzy, unfortunately, oh, his tyres are too hot. His tyres are just far too hot. He's just been overtaken by his teammate now. Oh, that's an unfortunate couple of corners there for Nizzy. Unfortunate now he's back down into 14th place. Okay, so there's 4.9 seconds, 5 seconds for Bad Peso now to make his way. Let's have a look at the gap to the leader then, shall we? Senna, 7 seconds ahead of Mini Ramsel. 7.6 seconds ahead of Ariel. 12.5 seconds away from Bad Peso. So yeah, the guy is flying. And if he goes on to medium tyres around lap 16, 17, it's up to him. Well, it's up to him now, isn't it? But that's what I'm expecting. As we go down to midfield now, Page has made our way up past Jonesy into P10. Page getting a couple of points, looking for a couple of points today. Let's have a look how many points is the difference. It is, like I said, it's 29 points, isn't it? So still a ways to go for Page to try to grab that P3 from our teammate. Swanee up into 9th. Styles. Oh, as I've just Shadders there. That's an unscheduled pit stop for Shadders. Oh, he's doing a few spins on the grass there. Unfortunately, he's going to be losing some positions. But you know, he'll just keep on going to the end. Like I was saying, Styles. Oh, there you go. So there's he got the leader. Fastest lap so far is Senna with a 1:10, 1:3. Stops. 2 stops for Peter, unfortunately. Not the greatest race for him, and Broken Arrows had to make an unscheduled pit stop, and unfortunately Shadders is about to do the same. Penalties then, who's got the most? Big Boy, unfortunately 6 for him. Ariel's got 3, Bad Peso's got 3, Ruthless Venom's got 3. Swanshanks, Page and Jonesy all have 3 seconds. Oh, get off the fastest lap in time. So Ariel is starting to fall back now on 12 lap old softs. It's all about getting them to laps 16, 15, 16, 17, about your pit window. Mine was pits. I pitted lap 17 for my mediums. Yeah, so Ariel now just outside the DRS zone. Does he get it one last time? No, so Mini Ramsel now can relax and just bring P2 home to equal what his old man did earlier on. I say though, plenty of life left in this race. Hopefully, as Styles has made his way past Big Boy into P6. Yeah, very much so. For some drivers, these softs will be falling right off now. It's Broken Arrow back into is going aggressive on soft, so he's going to have to pit again. As will Shadders, as will Banana Buster. So, and Styles, of course, no penalties. Big Boy right on the back of Styles, but he's not the closest battle. Jonesy's the closest battle to Page, right up the gearbox of Page. This is a battle. This is the battle for P9 as they're coming through turn 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Page just needs to hold it through here. There's no real overtaking zones. Oh, it's Jonesy spun it. Jonesy spun it out to turn 9, and that's a yellow flag. He's lost a bit wing. So that's a pit stop for him. That's a little earlier than we would have wanted. That's just altered his strategy, unfortunately. It's that corner, turn 9. Dirty air. Touched the throttle too hard. Oh, he's not going to do it. It's a virtual safety car. He's not going to do it. Where is he? Tuner's out the race. He's DNF'd. I didn't see where he DNF'd. Oh. That's a great shame. Tuner is out the race. And that's a VSC. So some drivers opting to get in for a cheaper pit stop. I think they save about 10, 14 seconds. I'm not too sure. Ooh. And as he's coming early and he's going long. See, lap 15. Tommy pitted lap 15 for mediums earlier on. Who's up? Big Boy gets a drive-through penalty. That's a drive-through penalty for Big Boy. So, I mean, 21 laps. As we group back to green flag, I don't know. Ruthless Venom has gone the other way though. He's gone to mediums. That's what I would expect at Bad Peso. He needs to come into the pits again. So he's staying well away from the hard tyres. He is. Andy Lou up into 7th. So he hasn't pitted. Ariel's managed to pit and only lose a place to Styles. Senna's managed to pit. And at the minute he's only lost a place to Mini Ramsel. Now is Styles going to take him here? I'd imagine he will. So he has there. So he's lost a place to Styles. So for this next couple of 100 metres, Styles can see he was ahead of Senna in the Discord. He's going to like that. So he's getting one corner off him. There's 2. There's 3. And 4. Coming up to 5. Can we make it half a dozen? Can Styles make it half a dozen? He can, you know. That's a full sector, I think, so far. Well, we'll give him 2, yeah. We're coming round this next corner at the end of sector 2. He's been ahead of Senna for a whole 2 sectors, which is probably more than I'll ever do. So believe me, I'm not taking the piss. But yeah, this is where Senna... It'll be 6 of one, half a dozen the other. Styles isn't going to battle this. I was going to say Styles stay left though, because just in case he was coming into the pits. And there you go, Senna back up into P2. So the gap to the leader, he has got 12 seconds, 12 seconds to make as Bad Peso puts the fastest lap in. But of course, Senna is just going to eat away at that. And at the minute, if that's the leader gap, 18, has Ariel undercut Mini Ramsel. If a pit stop's 20 seconds, ooh, that'll be interesting. We'll keep an eye on that. As it is, Mini Ramsel, he's coming up the bank now. Is he coming in? Of course he's not. He's not going to come in yet, is he? He's going to be coming in about around about lap 20, I'd imagine. Styles didn't take advantage of that safety VSC earlier on. I think Ariel did. Yeah, he did, didn't he? As did Bad Peso and all the other drivers on 1 lap old tyres. The Senna puts in the fastest lap of the race on medium compound tyres. As Bad Peso gets past Ariel there. Of course, Bad Peso's got a pit again. He's got a bit clean air in front of him till he gets to the, well, till he gets to Styles. But he's probably into the net P2 now, I'd say, Bad Peso. But of course, like I say, he's got a pit again. I think he's gone medium soft, isn't he? Anyway, I didn't really pay attention. So further down the grid, Ruthless Venom all over the back of Andy Liu. Some great battling between these two this season. So we've got a bit of a train going on here, haven't we? We've got a little crocodile. Page, no, Swanshanks is leading that up at the moment. Page within a second, and then Andy Liu within a second. So we've got a yellow flag. That is going to be 4. I think that's for Banana Buster. Oh, it's for the Maniac. I think it might be. Yeah, I think the Maniac isn't liking them hard tyres at the moment, and I think he might have overheated them. But with this Venom has getting past Andy Liu, because Andy Liu's into the pits. 18 laps on them soft tyres, so there's definitely yellow wall till the end. There you go. So he's going to have a lap. Well, he's going to have a lap of 3 fresher tyres than these other compound users. As I'm looking at Page, Swanshanks and Ruthless Venom. Ruthless Venom just tucks in behind Page. He knows he's got the pace to get past both these drivers. But Paige isn't going to let him through. She wants to get past Swanee. Swanshanks having a very respectable race this weekend. A little bit slow. Paige had to take the wide corner. This is a yellow flag for Swanshanks. It was, you know, we're seeing yellow flag for Swanshanks, and Swanshanks lost 2 positions. Page has moved herself up into 6th, but she's under pressure straight away from Ruthless Venom and from Swanshanks again. And Ruthless Venom has gained 2 positions. So, unfortunate for Page, her position stays the same. Now, instead of battling Swanshanks, she's going to be defending from Swanshanks and looking to get probably not past Ruthless Venom, but definitely stay with him. Tour along. No, she's on for half a goal so far. Where's her teammate? Oh well, he's got a couple of points at there as well. Of course, if you're tuning in late, the battle for the title, it is double points this weekend. Senna is leading the title championship at the moment by 39 points ahead of Jonesy. But of course, Senna in a very good position to just win it outright at this moment in time. As I am waffling on, there is a safety car. Why is there a safety car? Peter's out. Oh no, Peter's out. If we jump on board Wahan, is that where he's lost? There it is, he's lost it out of turn 6. And that is going to have played very nicely into Mini Ramsell's. Senna's got to be buzzing about that. He's getting a free pit stop back to softs, hasn't he? And he's still in second place. Styles gets a free pit stop up into third place. Bad Peso is on for a last to first to take Elise Pickle. Oh, it's all changed. See, halfway through the race, 15 laps. In theory, you could, if Senna was further down the grid, I think he might have stayed on mediums because he's definitely got the pace. But because he's only got Mini Ramsell to beat, and effectively it's now the front two and anyway aren't they the back as you were at the start of the race, and you saw how much how much better Senna was at the start. Albeit Ramsell was on the harder compound. So I don't know, it's a tough one. I think Senna's done the right thing. I'm going to go out on a limb there. I think I'd rather be on the same compound as Mini Ramsell as be on the harder compound and older tyres. But yeah, that's like me being in Senna's position, not me being Senna in Senna's position. Yeah, there goes Jake. Confirms Senna had to pit. He kept track position. Now he gets fresh, soft tyres. Yeah. But what it didn't want is it didn't want Bad Peso there. Bad Peso obviously is a challenger for the win. Yeah, he would have, wouldn't he? Look at all the swamped off all these drivers behind. And at the end of the day, I mean, it's it was 900, between 9 and 9/10 and a second difference. Well, we'll have a quick gander at his penalties. There we go. So Senna's is a 5-second penalty. I wonder how he's getting that. I wonder, did he get caught speeding? I missed it. Looks like I was going to say them lights are still flashing there from Burt Mylander, so yeah, so Styles no penalties. No disrespect, I think he might lose a position to Bad Peso early on. It's going to be good to see Ariel and Styles have a bit of a track time together. I've never really seen them. Yeah, drivers behind one another are pretty, well, Nizzy's out of place, isn't he? I'll say Paige and Swanee have been pretty similar race pace today, so have Andy Lou, Ruthless Venom. Bad Peso, of course, has been up there, similar pace with Senna. That's it. The crocodile, as they call it, is back in. So what we're going to do, I want to have a look. We're going to have a ride on board with Senna to see when Mini Ramsel is going to drop the hammer. As Jake says, Monaco, yeah, stay out like that situation, but not here. Of course, absolutely knows the score, does Jake. There we go, so safety car is in. Mini Ramsel, de facto safety car. Guess who's back? Shady's back. As Bad Peso says, I'm back. I'm at the back of this and I'm sniffing for a last to first. There you go, Mini Ramsel drops the hammer. Senna, let him get a car's width. Is he going to get it? Into turn one. No, not enough, far too far back there, but going into turn one, you see. Any overtakes going on? Not in the medium, but I think we have just had a driver come off the track and they'll have its Ariel. Ariel's took a spin out of turn two. So that's cost him a hell of a lot of positions now, all the way to the back of the grid. He goes. And Senna now, he's a second to Mini Ramsel, so similar compound. Yeah, and he's already a second, so yeah, definitely the right call there. From Senna to pit. And Bad Peso all over the back of Styles. Styles not letting him through, defending this position well. Styles doing a great job there. Up into P3 currently, but the battle is on now for the lead. This is what everyone wants to see. Everyone, Senna champion elect, but Mini Ramsel right all day. He's not letting Senna have it easy. And you've got to admit that safety car has brought him back into it, and he's taking advantage. Still holding that 8/10 second. So we've got drivers. Bad Peso now has made it past Styles into turn 4, and Ruthless Venom's going to be wanting to look at that. But we've got to see Senna now, champion elect, isn't he? But Jonesy now, he's up into the points. There's going to be such a job still for Jonesy to do, of course. He's not been putting the practice in for this one, as it's his son's birthday. Shout out to him again. I hope Dad's not swearing too much and spoiling it. Yeah, through the halo now of Senna. He's within half a second of Mini Ramsel now. 3.5 tenths, 3 tenths. Is he going to need DRS to get past him into turn 1? It is enabled. He's into turn 1 and he's still in P2. Slowing it down at the apex there, did Mini Ramsel. Got to get a good exit to get that gap. As Andy Liu, unfortunately, now he's had a spin out of turn 1. He's done what the Bearded Dave's done. And the side-by-side going into turn 4, and Senna takes the lead. With 10 laps to go, Senna back out in front. He does have to clear 5 seconds though. But with 10 laps, that's half a second a lap at least, isn't it? Has he got half a second? Mini Ramsel's been with him all day long in qualifying. The gap formed earlier on because they were on different compounds, but that safety car's opened this race right up between these two guys. I mean, whatever happens at the end of the day, Senna wins the race or not, he's looking like he's champion. But the last League 2 race of the season, Mini Ramsel wants a shot at it. And there's a yellow flag again in sector 3. Someone, that looks like it's the Bearded Dave. Bearded Dave's falling down the grid. Yeah, he's on turn 12. Oh, Mini Ramsel still within half a second now of Senna. As it looks like Shadows is DNF'd. Shadows is DNF'd. Now it looks like that's the pit entrance. So he's off the racing line. So it's just a yellow flag. Your pit entrance is on the racing line, you idiot. We'll quickly jump on board with Ariel, who's had to make an unscheduled pit stop. So he has his teammate. His team there, right at the pit exit entry. I'm surprised that wasn't a safety car. So unfortunate for Sharaz. I don't know what's happened there, but he doesn't just crash on purpose, I know that. Back on board for the race lead now. Mini Ramsel keeping it in within half a second to Senna, and they're extending the gap over Bad Peso. So, I mean, not to be nasty Bad Peso, I didn't really want him to do a last to first. As I seen a quick change of position there as I went off. So, down the back straight now, Senna. Now he can weave. He's got to pick his spot now into the break, and he chose the inside line. Is there a switchback move coming on? Oh, it's looking. Oh, I think Ramsel just had to back out. I don't think the track's wide enough here to do them kind of fast spinning moves. But again, what do I know? His driver's down. Oh, they've come right down together finally. Oh, that might be a warning there for Jonesy though. Oh, he had a bad corner there. We'll keep an eye on that though. But we want to look at this Jonesy Swanee battle when they go on. Oh, unfortunately, Jonesy's dropped down the grid again. He must have. Is he in turn 9? Oh, that's a great shame for Jonesy. Get back on it. Get back up this Swanee. Well, let's want to see you battle with him. So again, though, on board with the driver in P2, Mini Ramsel wants to win this race. He's going around the outside of turn 1, is he? No, he's not. Again, is it a kind of a switchbacky Rooney, different line kind of same apex thing? Whatever it is, he's still 2.5 tenths behind. Surely he's going to be side by side into the corner ahead. So yeah, oh, he was just ahead. Great stuff. That is a safety car. That is a safety car. Big boy is out. Big boy is out the race. He's lost it at turn 1. He's went straight ahead off the straight. That is the second safety car. That is unfortunate. As he says, trash driving bus. Oh, there's been an incident by the looks of it with Banana Buster. Double points tonight as well, says Jake the Slayer, that's right. So we have got our second safety car of the race. And again, Paige doing a very stellar job, just holding her own in 7th. Oh, looks like he's had a couple of incidents today as Banana Buster. Sharaz is seeing Banana Buster hit him as well. So again, though, guys, get your reports in if and depending on where you finish. I mean, there's obviously last race of the season, so could go to time penalties instead of quali bans and whatnot. We'll have to wait and see. But anyway, anybody deciding to pit at the front? No. So top 9 there, all staying out. 2 of them drivers on mediums. Paige was in P7, elected to pit for fresh softs, and she's now in P10, so she's ahead of the runners who have decided to pit. Ariel pitted 4 laps ago, so he's opted to stay out, still at the back of the pack. Will Mini Ramsel get DRS? I think he might get it. So if they can come in the end lap 31, I think it's going to be the last 2 laps DRS comes out for. Oh, I've just missed something else there as well. As I was looking away, so it's Bearded Dave and Paige have gotten a collision. That's 5 seconds for the Bearded Dave there. Again, get these time penalty removals in if it makes the difference. Can make all the difference. What's the driver standings? The driver standings are Senna currently P1. He's 39 points ahead of Jonesy. As the safety car is in this lap. At this moment in time, he is your champion of League 2. Jonesy is 41 points ahead of Nizzy. So at this moment in time, Jonesy is going to be your runner-up, and Nizzy is going to be your third place driver. Yes, Paige and Broken Arrow still to play for. Is the now green flag racing? Senna gets us back underway. Coming in through the CNRS's. Yeah, something like Jonesy needs to like get second or something as he gets a 5-second penalty for ignoring yellow flags. Don't know what's happened there, but he's gone off track and he's been penalised. Swanee's gone off track. So what'll have happened is Jonesy will have overtaken Swanee as Swanee's half on, half off track, and there's been a yellow flag or something and it's penalised him. Sorry about that, but we are back. We are starting lap 33 of 36. Senna does have a 5-second penalty. That's right, Mini Ramsel just needs to keep it clean. I don't know what Senna's 5-second penalty is for. We'll have a look at the race director at the end of the race. But regardless of that 5-second penalty, Senna is going to be your champion today. Bad Peso going to be wanting to look for that P2, possibly even that race win himself if he gets ahead of Mini Ramsel. Styles though doing a stellar job, absolutely fantastic job in P4, keeping Ruthless Venom at bay. Nizzy not really battling now on them medium tyres. I guess he's just got to hold it up. Bearded Dave though, he's up and down day for Dave, but he's in P7 at the moment and it looks like he could have a penalty to take off. And of course DRS is enabled now, so we are going to have 3 laps of DRS. We are 3 laps from home, 3 laps till the end of the League 2 season as Paige gets past the Bearded Dave into turn 1. And he's going to get the DRS now, down the back straight into turn 4. Easy does it for him. Now, Bad Peso within half a second to Mini Ramsel. Bearded Dave and Paige still swapping positions, still going on between them. Settle down now. Styles falling back from Bad Peso, but he's extending his gap from Ruthless Venom. Definitely up for driver of the day. Will Peso get overtake, you think? Oh, half a second. He's that might, if that's lag, he's lost a tenth. Hasn't he? He's lost a tenth. He's got DRS. Is he going to get the overtake? I don't think he's going to get it into turn one. And I don't know if he'll get it on the back straight either, because he's got no battery left. Oh, you would expect him to see back to half a second. DRS is open. He's got no battery. Is he going to get it? I don't think he is. I think he's just going to have to try to just stick with him through all these corners, not use up any battery, and do it for the last lap. Give it his best. What? That's his decision. Mini Ramsel now is save battery for start finish. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. And it looks like it's going to come. Oh, he's gone off. And he's reset the track. Bad Peso, he's spun it. So he's lost his podium. Oh, who's that? Who's that? Styles? No, what have you done, Styles? Oh, no! Styles, mate. So close. So close. Oh, no way, mate. It's obviously not going to be a yellow safety card. Oh, I'm speechless. Standing. Oh, I saw Bad Peso's reset this track and it's knackered. Styles, isn't it? Oh, as we come to the end of the race, he's bobbing, he's weaving. He is the League 2 World Champion. He's into the wall, but that doesn't matter. Senna has won the League 2 Championship, finishing P1 is Mini Ramsel. He wins the race. Nizzy is in P3. Banana Buster and up to P4. Maniac P5. Bearded Dave P6. Red Bull. Oh, your Constructors Champions. Senna has won the League 2 World title. And that has been fantastic. Ruthless Venom's going to come home in 7th, Page in 8th, Han in 9th, a very respectable drive from Han, hardly mentioned that, sorry. Bad Peso's going to finish in 10th, Broken Arrow in 11th. Oh, I think he's disconnected. So Broken Arrow's Ghost in 11th, Andy Lou 12th, Swan Shanks 13th, Ariel in 14th. Oh, him and Jonesy are doing donuts. Great stuff. There we go. As the cars come flying through. Oh. And that's it. I'm going to quickly, I want to have a look at the race director for Senna. 5-second penalty. There you go. 5-second penalty for what though? Doesn't say. 5-second time penalty. Yeah, what a season, says Mini Ramsel. It really has been an absolute great season. Looks like Mini Ramsell's going to pick up your win today. Senna is going to finish second. And your Season 2 league champion. So that wraps up Parabolical eSports for another season. Of course, next season we're merging with ALR. We are to become Hyperdrive eSports. 7 divisions, 1 every night. This Twitch page will stay the same. The name will just change. So, for me and all the team at Parabolical eSports, have a very Merry Christmas and a very Happy New Year. And we will catch you next year.